Hey everyone, it's time for What's the Scene with Liselle and Carneal, and we're so excited about our guest tonight. This is going to be a really, really good one. And here comes my co-host, Carlene. All right, let's see. Carlene, you got the request? Hey girl.
Evening.
Good
Work hard today.
evening. We are on the scene, girl.
I see you got your apron on. Are you
I
ready to cook up
did.
something?
Because we have a great guest coming on tonight and
Oh,
I need to be ready.
yes, I
I put
know.
this on just for him so I can have some recipes. How are
I'm
you
excited.
doing?
I'm okay. I'm doing well.
Yep, he said he's about going to be like a couple minutes.
Yes.
So girl, what's going on in your side of the world while we wait for our guest to join us?
Well, we're finally getting some warm weather in Toronto. Finally getting some warm weather. Band launch season officially launched the last couple of weeks. Everybody's getting down to register for their costumes. So it's been a crazy, hectic month, but we're getting ready for Caravana, or sorry, Toronto Carnival.
You
Let's
get ready
just
for
correct myself.
okay.
How about you? What's going on in DC?
Girl, the weather is hot. We're not even having a real spring. It went from like 50 degrees to 80 degrees.
Uh-huh.
And that's
Mm.
all that's going on. And our guest is here.
Hey,
So,
Foodie Nation.
yeah, he's here. I'm just waiting for him to send the request to join us.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I have my. So, girl, where your apron? We talking to an
I have.
amazing.
Let me stand a little bit. I have Was the Scene shirt on today.
Yep. Oh, okay. Done by Tailored Custom Tees. Thank you, Donna.
Yes.
All right, let me send the request. Let me see. Foodie Nate, I'm going to add you as a moderator. So hopefully that will work. Oh, I have any. Did he send you a request from? Oh, here he comes. I got
Okay.
it. Got
Okay.
it. Oh, I'm so excited.
Listen.
It's the fat girl in me coming out to talk to us. Oh
Hey,
my
Sean. Hey,
Hello, hello,
evening.
God.
hello.
Good
How y'all doing?
evening, Sean. How are
I'm
you?
good. I'm good. Sorry for being
Oh,
late.
no
It's okay.
worries.
It's okay. We know you're so busy and we are so excited you're joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, Sean, just to show you how excited I am, I put on an apron just for you.
Yes, she did.
So don't laugh. We're serious business. We talking about
Yes.
food. Okay.
Uh,
She's been
well, I
cooking
hope
up
you're
some of
sweating
your
in the kitchen
recipes.
with our apron.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes.
My food, my husband has a thing now. He says my food don't taste good unless I put on the apron, right? And Sean, let me tell you, I have your YouTube, you and Kizzy. I
Hmm.
have all your videos played, all right? So I am so excited to talk to you because I'm
Yes.
truly a fan.
Yes.
I was even I was even telling Carlene my favorite easy recipe with you is the tuna.
Mm. The
That's what I
tuna.
love to do. I even told her to try it, and I know she ain't tried it yet. But
I will
ever
try,
since I
but
started
mine
making
is the.
tuna your way with the
Mhm.
butter, my husband is like, "When you making more tuna?" You see, I tell you, I come ready with the air fry.
so the butter, so the butter saved the marriage.
The
Yeah.
butter saved the marriage. Kerrygold butter to be
Yeah.
exact.
Yeah.
Kerrygold.
Hmm.
See, Sean, I tell you, we're gonna have a good time tonight, right?
Yes. Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
All right. So we're gonna get into it. My apron is ready.
Mhm.
Carlene is ready. I am
Ready.
ready. And for everyone joining us, I'm your host, Lisa Taylor, and we have Carlene.
Hey.
And and we are so excited to have Sean from Foodie Nation.
Yes.
If you guys are not following him on YouTube or on Instagram, you're missing out.
Yes.
He makes all the Trinidadian dishes so easy to make. I am a huge fan. I've
Mm-hmm.
made nut cake, tuna, pilau,
Potato pie is my
puff.
favorite.
All right, so we'll get started, right, Carly? Because I could go off on a tangent with cooking,
Yes.
even though I have the apron on. I shouldn't have put on the apron. All right, so Sean, I want to get into it. So, what sparked your interest in food? Like, when did it all start? How did this all start?
Yeah, so I practically grew up in the food world. My dad and his siblings, own and they own and operate a bakery as well as a few other food enterprises. And then on my mom's side, the entire family, as
Wow.
everybody has seen by now, is we always come together and
Oh,
cook. So we grew up with our moms and our aunts and uncles and cousins in the same house, in the same kitchen, always
Mm-hmm.
cooking together,
I love.
always getting together. So we were born into food, For us, everything revolves around food. We're very big on family, and everything has always revolved around food. If we're doing a birthday lime, or if it's a get together, it's food, or if you're just passing my auntie or
It's
uncle, you had to
Yeah.
eat
food.
something.
Yeah.
When you're cooking, when we cooking, like the other day, mommy was cooking. She wanted to make corn soup,
Okay.
so I was like, well, all right, well. So we pull out the pot. So it's just like this size pot here. We could make about, enough corn soup for the household is about 10 of
Yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah.
And she's like, nah, that little bit of corn soup, nah, man. I have to send soup for mommy. I have to send soup for this one. I have to
And
send
it's
soup for that
on,
one.
just so people
So,
could get a perspective, it's those big silver pots you talking about, right?
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, oh yeah. We talking real soup. We cooking soup for everybody because I mean that's just how it is.
Yeah.
So it was a natural, it was a natural progression. And with Foodie Nation, it was three cousins from my mom's side again. All of our moms are sisters. So we
Mm-hmm.
just came together, and the short version of the story at least is that's how Foodie Nation was born.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Foodie Nation is just you cousins coming together and creating this brand, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let me make some bacchanal. Who came up with the name Foodie Nation? Let me make some.
The other the other co-owner, Rhett.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we don't really see
He was
red.
the one. No, no, you don't really see him. He have a face for radio.
We have a face for radio. All right. All right.
No, no, no. Um, how to say? He's more behind the scenes because he's the
Okay.
videographer. He does most of the
Hmm.
editing, that kind of things. He handles more of the social media management, that kind of thing, alongside my
Okay.
wife, Chrissy.
Okay.
They
Mm-hmm.
deal with that. So which is why because for instance with like me with Joshua and Titi, everybody always say, they never seen my wife, they never seen my wife. They always see my mother, my sister, my brother, everybody else, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't see her because she's the one behind the phone, behind the
Uh
camera,
huh.
doing everything now. So, but yeah, they're there.
I
So
love
yes, Red
that
came
this.
up with the name.
I love that this is a whole family business. I love that everyone in the family is involved. And shout out to Chrissy. I talked to Chrissy today. Hey, Chrissy, thank you for confirming.
Yes,
And I was
yes.
screaming on the phone, and I hope I didn't scare her because I was so excited. Like the fat girl is coming out in me right now, Sean. Can you tell?
She's
And I
learning.
am not ashamed of it. Okay. So to all our viewers, I am not ashamed. I love Foodie Nation. I follow them. I stalk him and Kizzy. So this is big for me.
Yeah, because like so today we were filming recipe videos, and one of the things that we said was that when when we were younger, Granny and them used to count calories.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Granny and them
Mm-mm.
they probably don't even know what calories
They don't
is.
even know
So why we
what
counting
that word
calories?
is.
Exactly. So why we counting calories? Food
Right.
Mhm.
is food is love. Food is togetherness. Happiness. No, nobody have no time to study calories
No.
and all that nonsense. No
Mm-mm.
man.
No.
Just eat in a little moderation and enjoy yourself.
Exactly.
And what I like about our grannies is they used to make do what was in the kitchen. I used to
Kitchen,
come up
yes.
with a best pot. If
Oh,
I tried to make do, my husband throwing it in the trash. I had a gift. I need a recipe. I
You need a
need a
recipe.
recipe.
Mm-hmm.
no, that's why you have the apron. The apron is the secret
Egg.
The
recipe.
apron's the secret.
All right. Okay, let me stick to the questions because Carly worked hard on these questions.
Okay, so we
Don't
blaming
laugh at me. I'm just
Charlie. So we
excited.
blaming Charlie for the
I'm
questions.
blaming Carly for the questions.
You blaming me, huh? She just want to eat. That's all she want to do. cook and eat. Now, Sean, have you ever had a disaster in your kitchen? Something that just didn't fell through with what you wanted to create?
Like me, it ended up in the trash because you tried to make do.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Really?
All the time. Yeah,
No.
because that's part of it. Whenever, remember food? So, food is a creative experience,
Mm-hmm.
and with creativity, mistakes happen. But that's how
Okay.
you learn.
Mm-hmm.
So like, let me give you one example. Something that's technical to make the other day. Well, not the other day, a few months ago, we had to do fudge. And I probably make that fudge about 5 times. And I throw in that fudge five
Oh
times
no.
until the day to film the actual fudge recipe. I was literally 50-50 on it, but I didn't have a choice. I was
Oh
like,
no.
nah, Sean, you could do it. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And on the day, it came out perfect.
Oh wow.
Perfect. So
Eh.
so that's like a good example to just keep trying, because mistakes happen. You know what I mean? The other day we were making bread, and so of course, here in the Caribbean, it's humid. And right now in Trinidad and Tobago, we're in
It's
the
hot.
dry season. So
Mm-hmm.
we put the bread to proof. The place was too hot. It was midday. The
Yeah.
bread overproof.
Oh
Had to
gosh.
throw away the dough. You know what
Wow.
I mean? So these things happen. These things
But
happen all the time.
Sean, you know what? Y'all need to make a video and tell people these things because when I
Yeah,
make my fudge,
we do. We
I
do.
I was like, why am I showing why my fudge not looking like Kizzy? She like Kizzy fudge. Because I told Carly I tried to make coconut fudge. It was too soft. I was like, what did I do wrong?
Yep.
So no, y'all need to have a blooper video because people like me like
Oh yeah.
it looks so perfect.
Perfect. Yes.
It
Yeah, no,
does.
for sure. We do need to start with that because when we were reading the questions, Chrissy and I were saying exactly that. We need to start a show to show the mistakes too because it happens to everybody.
Okay, good.
It's everybody.
Good.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, Carly, we could see we contributed a little bit. Was the scene give them a little idea? So we'll take credit for that. Is that
Yeah.
okay, Sean? We could take
Yeah.
credit for that.
Yeah, the Paul Lily caption
Uh,
credit. For this.
all right. So I have a question. What's one Trini food? Like, there's a tradition and cook. I'm not a big cook. I honestly am a recipe person. Have to follow a recipe, and I always admire people like you who don't necessarily have to follow a recipe, and the food comes out great. So, what's one Trini food tradition that you hope never changes in our culture?
um, So I spoke about it earlier, the fact that you could go by anybody in
Anybody?
Trinidad, even
Uh-huh.
strangers, and get food and just feel like family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because many times we would let me give you some examples. One of the things we like to do is go to the beach, go to the river with my
Mhm,
dogs, cook on the
mhm.
side of the beach. Whenever they have other people there, we'll just talk to them, complete strangers. We offer food, we
Like,
share food,
yeah.
and that's something here in Trinidad and Tobago. You could see people literally parked up on the side of the road,
Hmm.
um, pull a cooler out their trunk, have a beer together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one tradition I hope never dies because when you think about Trinidadian culture, for me, that's one of the things that comes to mind.
You know what? And I'm so glad you said that. I didn't even think about it in that respect because, I live in America and I've been here for a while. But I remember growing up as a child. I mean, I left Trinidad when I was about 20. And I remember even going to a football line.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Somebody have a pot with pail.
Yeah.
I remember as a child going to carnival and my aunt dragging this big pot to sit on
Mm-hmm.
in grandstand to watch mass. I mean, you're laughing, but it's true. And she giving me the pot spoon and the plates, and I
Yes.
fussing like I have to carry a crocus bag with pot spoon and plates, and she with the big silver pot. You know what I'm talking
Oh
about.
my
So I'm really
God,
glad you
yes.
said that. Yeah. So I really hope
Mhm.
that tradition never dies, and that's one thing I truly do appreciate about my culture. I'm sorry, Carlene, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, 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 no. Keep going. I was just keep going. Go ahead with your next question.
All right. So for me, I am the bacchanalist. As you can see, that's why I'm wearing the apron. So who has the best cooks? You would say Trinidad or Tobago, or it's even, or the North, the South. I'm from North, the West, the East. Who are the best cooks you feel in Trinidad in your encounters and all your videos?
Why you asking me this year.
Like Bacalao.
Because I have on the apron, Sean. I have on the
I don't
apron.
know. And so this one, this is fighting words here, because I am born and grew in Port of
Yes.
Spain. My wife born and grew in
Uh,
South from
Mm-hmm.
San Fernando. So we always have this argument. Then you
uh-huh,
bring in Tobago.
uh-huh.
Oh Jesus Christ! You know, much about to go back to Tobago. What? Tobago was bad, man. Because Tobago food too
Good.
is so amazing, but it's different.
Yeah.
It's crazy that how small Trinidad and Tobago is,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
but it's so different. You know what I mean? You always feel like you're in another country.
Uh-huh.
I plead the fifth here, I plead the fifth
That's what I
here,
tell you. I was making bacchanal, and I did that on purpose because, like you said, I am from Port of Spain. My grandmother is from Barataria. My grandfather is from Goodwood Park, Tobago. So,
Mm-hmm.
and someone just made a comment: all a TNT could cook. Like no
Yeah.
matter where you
Amen.
are, everyone can cook.
Oh yeah.
And I would
Oh
say
yeah.
a fair answer, and tell me, Sean, if you agree or not. I think a fair answer is it really depends on the food because I do believe certain areas have certain specialties. I do believe that. Like, Tobago, big on curry crab and dumpling, especially when you go by, what's her name? Miss Thing by Pigeon Point. I forget her, not Pigeon Point,
Mr.
Miss
I
Trim,
saw it.
exactly. Yeah, on
Yeah.
Store, exactly. So I think, oh God, somebody just buffed me. They say stop taking the Lord's name in vain. All the food is good. I'm sorry, darling. You're right, Sean.
I'm telling
Oh
you.
gosh,
Telling you.
Bacalao.
So if I had to one thing I would say though is that so is about a food is about the experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, the rural parts of Trinidad and Tobago,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, the food is always better there.
Oh yeah. More natural too.
Yeah, yeah. So it's more natural. The setting, the background, the company, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that would be my political answer.
Yeah. But you know what I noticed, Sean? I love that you do feature guests in rural parts of
Oh yeah.
Trinidad because
Oh yeah.
if it weren't for you, I wouldn't even know some of those areas existed, to be
Yes.
honest,
Yeah.
because I'm strictly a town. The most I've done is go to Manzanilla.
Mm-hmm.
But other like the rural parts, my family never
Yeah.
took me there. So kudos to you. And that leads me to my next question. How do you find those guests? Because like you said, that is really rural
So
Trinidad or Tobago. How you
yeah,
find them?
yeah. So that is I have to take full credit for that,
Okay.
and I am saying that because the amount of work it takes to do that, we're
Yeah.
talking
Yes.
about days, sometimes weeks of literally im- um submerging yourself in these areas,
Hmm.
walking up to strangers, going and eat multiple foods, spending
Hmm.
money,
Mm-hmm.
etc., trying to get on the ground and make these connections because in these rural areas, you can't go on Instagram and DM
No,
them.
yeah,
You know what I
can.
mean?
No, no.
Can.
You have to find yourself in these areas, make connections, talk
Mm-hmm.
to the people, spend time. You all will know, get them to trust
Trust
you
you. Yeah.
because again, because once they hear this tongue accent, they're already a little
Yeah.
apprehensive, eh? So, you gotta
Yeah.
kind of talk to them, spend some time, get them to trust you, and then, allow them to open up their doors. Because again, cameras and things for
Mhm.
them, again, it's a different whole lifestyle,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? So,
Yes.
so getting them to appear on camera and talk while mic'd and things like that is
Yes.
it's a process,
Mm-hmm.
but for us, it's totally worth it because I mean, you see the reactions when you read the comments, when you see the engagement. For us, that's culture, that's
Mm-hmm.
authenticity. And to be frank, I mean, it's easy to do what everybody else is doing.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So how do you separate yourself from the pack, and how do you continue to evolve and develop your brand and
Hmm.
highlight your culture in an authentic way?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love that. And Sean, I think the other fear is too for some of these people in these rural parts you're sharing, they're actually sharing family secrets in their cooking. So that's why I think the other apprehension is because they're like, do I really want to give away my family secret?
Yeah.
Like the
Mm-hmm.
one lady who does pepper sauce, and that pepper sauce looks so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Oh my
forgot
God.
her
Yeah.
name because I go, like I said, I watch your videos and I'm like, let me go and try and make this pepper sauce. And I'm like, who am I fooling? It's not going to taste nothing like that. It's going to
Yes,
end up in the
Yeah.
trash.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, man, now because one thing we tell them with some who may be apprehensive, one thing we tell them is that a recipe or a tutorial is a guide.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the end of the day, your hand, your utensils, you tasting it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't replicate that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you can replicate that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so even if I was to give you my recipe, I mean, you know, while I'm sure you'll come out with an excellent product,
Uh-huh.
is it gonna taste
It's
exactly
the
like
same.
mine?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's that sweet
Yeah,
hand business.
exactly. Exactly. These tanties here, now, these tanties know what they're doing, you know, everything seasoned well, the pot seasoned well, the spoon seasoned well, the elbow is the right size, and you know, they have the right motion in the hand. And
Sean, you ain't lying. I will never forget. I had my wedding reception down the islands in Trinidad, right? And these two tanties was in the kitchen. And when I tell you the kitchen small in the house we had, and they in the kitchen and they cooking and I am there like I know this food going to be best. Here now, the food was done and people wanted more. And we were like, oh my God. So I know what you're saying is absolutely correct. And also, just so you know, I'm going to take credit for this. With your tuna fish recipe, I added shadow benny to it. Just a little tip for
nice,
you to,
nice,
aha.
yeah,
I
nice
added
for sure.
shadow benny with the pimento peppers and the butter. So
Um,
just so you know, I give it a little take. So I think that's why my husband fall in love with it. And the butter, like you say, saved my marriage. So I just want to give you that little tip there for that tuna fish
no, well,
recipe.
I'm taking it. No, I'm taking it because you know so people think you know chefs steal a lot of ideas too. Eh? You know
Yeah,
what I mean? I'm saying that you know in a
yeah,
comical way, of course, but because that's how you learn. You know, you share ideas, you share how you made my recipe. Look, you add to it. So
yeah,
now next time I make it, I'll definitely add that and try it.
yes,
So yeah, I'm happy for the advice.
yep. So I'm taking credit for that now. Shadow benny and the tuna, but no, your
Well,
recipes. See, the apron working, Sean, the apron.
Sorry, guys.
we need to bring you on Foodie Nation. You need to come on Foodie Nation
Oh
now.
God, don't get her excited.
If you look, if you want bloopers, I am your girl. When you're ready to shoot the blooper video, I did. Yeah, I did. All right. So help foodies like me out. What are your tips for like finding some of the best restaurants in Trinidad? Because like I said earlier, one of the things that amazes me, and I'm so glad you've created this platform, is that the places you highlight in and around Trinidad and Tobago, I never knew existed. So
Yeah.
like, do you mind sharing some tips on how you find these places?
Yeah, for sure. So earlier, what I said, with the rural areas,
Mm-hmm.
that's how we do it. You know, let me use the area for example. Let's say we want to find out about Diego Martin. You know what we would do? We would reach out to people who we might know personally who live in Diego Martin. Hey, Sean, how the food scene looking? You know, who new, who's
Mhm.
popping? Yeah, these are people who they have no bias, they have no financial attachment to any food establishment, so they are giving me their honest feedback. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
then we could follow that up with a little blind taste test, you know, or we send somebody to taste it whose opinion we trust. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's basically how we figure it out. It's a lot of groundwork because again, anybody could go on
Uh-huh.
Instagram and see who's popping and who's
Uh-huh.
trending, and then just follow up and do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but to really find the places that nobody else talking about, you gotta do the groundwork. You gotta do the
Yes.
groundwork, which means you are going to eat a lot of bad food. You are going to have a lot of bad experiences. You know, something that happens to me all the time.
Mhm.
Sorry, sorry, not all the time, but something that unfortunately happens to me sometimes
Uh-huh.
is that my lips swell. Yeah, they get
Mm.
an
No.
allergic reaction sometimes and swell, and literally like my lips is puffed up. I can't talk. I have to take Puritan
Oh
for like two
no.
Wow.
days, and
So, Sean,
yeah,
as you
so
saying that, we need to see these things because y'all don't
yeah,
show that.
no, for sure. So when I said the last time it happened,
Uh-huh.
I told Chrissy and Red that next time it happens, we need to show it.
That's-
The only thing though is that because how we how we
Mhm.
work, it the one thing that I may not be able to do is like nail the culprit
Yeah.
because yeah, because like when we go to film, for instance, we'll go and film and we visit some food establishments
Hmm.
to maximize time and everything. We will go by like 5 in a day, 6 in a
Hmm.
day.
yeah.
So if that happens at the end of the day, I mean, it's very difficult for me to pinpoint
Where it
who was
happened.
the cause of it. Yeah, no, but for sure, next time it happens, I am sending you a picture of my lips. I promise.
And I believe you too.
That's so Sean, I see that you have a love of farming. You love your hens, your chickens. How did that started? Because your food is all organic and fresh. Is that why you started the farm?
Um, yeah. So again, that was something else that we grew up around.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up around, even though we were born and raised in Port of Spain, still live in Port of Spain to this day. We we were raised around animals. We were
Mhm.
raised to hunt, to
Wow.
raise animals for meat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to respect animals as well. So yeah, so just because like for me as an adult now, it was just a natural thing to get chickens. I've had rabbits in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and with the pandemic recently, that kind of
Hmm.
uh, sparked it once more.
Hmm.
So yeah,
So, you know what, Carlene, before you ask your question, Sean, I have to tell you, I have another level of respect for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I grew up with my grandmother and she had pigs and chicken in her backyard. And I am traumatized for life, especially when don't get me wrong, my grandmother hand was best, right? But when she'd be like, come help me cut the chicken and clean it, and I would stand there like, is she mad? Is she really think? And then, I mean, I really admire, like when I think back on it, because her food used to taste so good and fresh, and she would literally go grab the chicken, chop off the neck, put the bucket over it, your head beat it up under the bucket. And I'm just standing there like, this is so disgusting. And then she plucked the feathers and she'd be like, come and help me. And I'm like, no, I'm
Nope.
not helping you.
Nope.
So, Sean, did you do all that too
yeah,
growing up? I have to ask.
yeah.
Oh, God,
We did
no.
all of that.
Uh-uh.
We did all of that. Still do it to this day. Last year for Christmas, we had a pig here for like 2 or 3 months. From time to time, I raise chickens for meat.
Uh-huh.
Well, you all see the hens for eggs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my response to that would be no. Now I completely understand, because my sisters were also raised around this and they feel the same way you do. They
Okay, so
act the
thank
same way you
you.
do to this day. To
Uh-huh.
this day, my
Uh-huh.
wife is the same as well. She has no problem eating it,
Mm-hmm.
but
No problem eating it.
she will not participate in the cleaning and the culling of the animals. No way. She does not want to be near that when it happens.
Yeah. And I'll never forget, my grandmother was getting ready to kill a pig, and she called my father and was like, bring Lisa, she need to see this. I said, Daddy, don't you dare. I don't want. And then she's like, what kind of woman you going to grow up to be? You're going to have a husband. And I said, and he not going to get no pig. I could tell you that right now.
Oh God.
So somebody actually just posted a question, Sean. They said, what happened to all the segments with JD, Jason? What are those still
Yeah.
available? And the rest of the cast, what happened to all those segments?
Yeah, so like with everything else, in business and thing, you always have to evolve and
Mm-hmm.
grow, and do do new things, experience new things, and with the current trends with businesses in general, one of the main things was that um, persons want to know who are the people behind the entity. They wanna interact with them. They wanna engage with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then second to that too, with the authenticity of the brand too, and with just further growth in general. We made one of the decisions we made um was for the owners to put their face in front of the camera,
Okay.
and
Hmm.
also to to evolve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, nothing bad happened with anybody. It's
Good.
just like
You
anything
just
else in life.
pivot.
It's just a
That's all. You
natural
pivot.
progression. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. You
Yeah.
just
yeah.
pivot.
So I mean, they are, we're all still one big happy family. We all, enjoy each other's company, spend time together, still talk, everything like that. All of the content with everybody is still on Foodie
I
Nation.
love.
It hasn't gone anywhere. You know what I mean? So it's all love. It's all love.
I
So,
love.
so Sean, talk about growth and pivoting. What are you doing outside of Trinidad in North America, Canada? Are you on any type of food tourism tour? Being hired to do some dishes for an event? What are some things that are coming up this year, or have you planned to do that in the next coming year?
Asking for a friend, Sean. Asking for a friend, particularly in DC and Canada.
Yeah, so yeah, most definitely. On the 18th of May, we're actually going to be in
Uh-huh.
Miami for an event there where we're going to be doing a live cooking demo. We're going to be in Virginia Carnival as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
Virginia Beach. I
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Um, so yeah, that's just the next step, for us. One of the things we wanted to do too, is reach our followers,
Mm-hmm.
because obviously, we have a lot of followers here in the
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean. We have a lot of followers who visit the Caribbean, which we love and enjoy interacting with them
Mm-hmm.
all the time. But just to make things a little easier, we are gonna start to come to y'all. So yeah,
That'd be
yeah, a
nice.
lot of
So,
things happening.
Uh-huh.
Colleen, I might get my wish. So, Sean, when you come to DC, I am ready to be your sous chef, but I'm letting you know it will be the blooper video because if you want fancy cutting up vegetables, that is not
Yeah.
me. I have my handy dandy food processor ready to chop up vegetables. So, Colleen, I'm getting my
Oh
wish.
God.
Yeah, well, once you and your hubby have space, I come in.
We have
All you gotta do is just say
plenty.
I ready.
They
Sean,
have
don't
plenty
make me
space.
die and go to heaven right now. I have your phone number. Don't play
No,
with me on this platform,
but you
Sean.
sure, you want me come, because next thing I come and I cook for your husband, and it's bacchanal between you and he.
It
You
was not
sure you want me
back it
come?
out. I'll just be like this next to you, watching everything you do. I'd say write down the recipe. Half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon black pepper. Once we have recorded, we good. So
Good.
Sean, Colleen, Sean is coming to DC in my kitchen to film an episode. To
That'd be
all our
great.
viewers,
I come
I'm
in too.
putting it out there. I'm manifesting it.
So, Sean, for carnival season in Trinidad, is Foodie Nation busy, or you guys are relaxed and just watching the celebration, the festival? Are you guys selling anything, or you guys doing anything special on during that season?
Yeah, so during that season, we like to use the opportunity to interact with as much followers as possible who use that time to visit
Mhm,
Trinidad, and also we also use the opportunity to capitalize on the cultural experience, to share it with our international followers, because believe it or not, there are one or two people who still have never heard of Trinidad and Tobago Carnival. So
Oh, wow.
we're
mhm,
busy, we're hitting up the fets,
mhm,
we're showing people, yeah, for instance, top 10 Trini
mhm,
foods, top 10 snacks,
mhm,
things like that, to
mhm.
continue to educate and spread the culture.
Hmm.
I love
I
that.
love that.
Oh, okay.
So, when you guys plan trips with the family, does finding a spot to eat is something that you put on the list, or you just go with the flow?
Um, um,
Oh,
Partly go with the
mixture.
flow, but what I would say is that we tend to cook a lot
Yes.
As a
wherever we go.
Really? You
Wherever
don't
we go.
take a
Yeah.
break?
No, we eat out too, but we tend to cook a lot. We tend to cook a lot. That's just our style. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Yeah. So
Yeah.
when we reach back Lizelle, we go just be cooking. We ain't go ready. We
Oh,
go
she's gonna
ready.
have a. She's gonna be in heaven.
Sean, stop playing with me. Stop
Serious.
playing with me.
You let me know.
I have
You let me know.
food processor. I have a big kitchen island. I am
Mhm.
ready. I have sharp knives. I am ready. And Colleen, you had one last question.
No, no, I'm fine.
All right.
Yes.
So, Shano, this is just our last question. Because I know we have a lot of chefs or people who may want their businesses highlighted on the show.
Mhm.
How can they get in touch with you or, to reach out to you to get featured on the show? It's like, is there like an interview process they have to go through? Do you have to taste their food? Like, if they like, what do they have to do?
Yeah, so it's very simple. The process is streamlined. All they need to do is just DM us. They could DM us on any social platform. They could email us. The email is available on all our social platforms, and we will send you a link to a submission form
Okay.
that just has a few questions, just to basically give us a brief so that we could discuss as a team, just to make life as simple as possible and streamline the process. And once you fill out and submit that form, we will reach out to you and take it from there. Now that does not mean that that's not a guarantee that we
Yeah.
could comment, because I
Right.
know, unfortunately, well, fortunately, we are blessed that so many people want us to
Mhm.
visit, and the the page does so well.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we're internally blessed for that.
Uh-huh.
But that also means that it is very difficult for us to visit every single establishment
Mhm.
that reaches out to us.
Yeah.
But I promise you will get a response once you fill out that submission form.
Right.
And Sean, just the fact that you say that, I can tell that since you have been blessed with such an amazing platform,
Mhm.
it seems like you can also pay it forward with the blessings, and that when you highlight some businesses, they now have the opportunity to attract a new food eating
Yeah.
audience, for lack of a better term. Because I know, like in following you, there are some restaurants I never knew about, and when I go to Trinidad, I make it a point to go there now to
Mhm.
patronize their business. So I know there are a lot of people who really would appreciate to be on that platform. So thank you for giving them the opportunity to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, no, for sure. Plus there are a lot of other ways that we help people too, because obviously, because we are so ingrained in the food business community,
Hmm.
we continue to help persons um, get connected to distribution network, for
Oh,
instance,
wonderful.
Nice.
to
Very
lines
nice.
of credit. Because I
Nice.
mean, we would be in a position where we interact with all levels of the food
Hmm.
spectrum, from the business community to the doubles vendor
Mhm.
Wow.
to the lending agencies. Everybody. So with us, we try our best to really make an impact, because again, we're not just doing this for views. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? We really want to make an impact, and truly not only promote the culture, market the island through its food, but
Mhm.
really make a difference and help people,
In
because
the
at the end of
community.
the day, some of these people sacrificing a lot,
Yeah.
two, three
Hmm.
jobs, kids at home, etc., etc. You could go down the road with sacrifices that people are making.
Yes.
So at the very least, whatever knowledge I have, I am more than willing to share at no cost to anybody. So I mean,
That's amazing.
and that too is also something that we probably don't share enough
Mhm.
online.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? More behind the scenes, but
Yeah.
but that too, we should probably start to
I
be a
think
little
you
more
should.
vocal on.
Yeah, for
Yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I actually think you should, because I did not know that you were doing this as well in the background, helping people grow their business,
Mhm.
basically with introducing them to the right people, such as you said, distributors and all that stuff, lines
Lenders.
of credit for lending purposes for people who can help. So you should. I think that's a great idea. You really should.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we should. Well, I guess it's like part of it too is how we were raised. We grew up in a religious family. We were taught to be humble. You know what I mean? Don't boast.
hmm
Try to
uh-huh.
live like that. So I guess that's part of the reason. But Yeah, you are right. We're a public
Yeah,
business, we're a social platform. We
yeah.
should share these things.
Yeah, you guys are
So
doing
just so
amazing
you
work.
know, we don't take it as boasting. That's just you providing additional value and content to the people
Yeah.
who are following you
Hmm.
and who are looking for opportunities. So it's not boastful. And you seem very humble
Yes.
because I am here begging to get on your show. And you're like, yeah, come true. We go fix stuff.
Yes.
No, come
Appreciate
true.
that.
Listener, everybody. So one of the things with us is that people are almost in disbelief how welcoming we are because you wouldn't believe the kind of random people that end up in my house eating food.
Wow.
It's like it's crazy, but again, that's just how we were
Uh-huh.
raised. We were raised to just be welcoming and just be humble and just share.
Uh,
Sure.
You know what I
That's the
mean?
main thing.
Just be
So,
nice. Just
so
kind of
Sean, you know when Colleen and I in Trinidad, we calling you and we going to drive to your
Ooh, while I
front
cook
door
up.
looking for you. So we are coming. You're laughing. I have Chrissy on speed dial. I be like, Chrissy, we on the way.
Yes, yes.
oh god, so I'm gonna be like a slave in the kitchen.
No, no, no. I'm not that. I just want one good meal. I'm not that. Just one.
I
Just
want the
one.
potato
God,
pie and the peanut punch. Yes, that's.
for
Hmm.
Oh yes, I
sure.
know how to make peanut punch now because of
Mm.
Sean.
Hmm.
I have to stop following you because at one point I put on so much weight it was ridiculous.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me for that, Miss
Blame
Lady.
the
Don't blame me for
the
that.
recipe. Blame the
Rewrite the
recipe.
recipe.
Something, anything, not me. Not me.
Yeah.
Not me.
Well, Sean, this has been truly a pleasure chatting
Yes.
with you.
Yes.
And in front all of our viewers, you do have an open invitation when you come to DC. So please, you have my number. Chrissy has my number. Come and check me anytime. My kitchen would love to have you. So me and my kitchen are inviting you. Okay, you
Yes.
get two invitations,
Mhm.
Yeah, well,
Just
I'm
and
gonna
I'm
let
sure
me
unpack
the
know.
my
same for
I'll
bag
fly.
Carly.
tonight. I'm gonna unpack my bag tonight.
Come on. And we have room. We have a big, nice, spacious house. We have guest rooms. You have
Hmm.
your own bathroom, your business, you and your wife business fix. You hear me?
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
have an apron waiting for you. I have an extra one. So,
Nah. I know April. Next thing your husband like me with April and too. I ain't getting catching that.
Oh
I ain't
my
getting
gosh,
catching
that's so
that.
no,
funny.
no,
I will
no.
come
You're
and
not that
cook.
kind of person. Definitely not that kind of person. He just like good food. That's
Yeah.
all he
No,
like.
no, he
Love
getting
it.
that for sure. He getting
All
food for sure. He getting food for sure.
right. Sure. But no, this has been a pleasure.
Big
And
pleasure.
Colleen also said, Colleen, is your kitchen open to Sean too in Canada?
Yes, in Toronto, of course. But if he's reaching to DC, I'm getting on that plane to
Yeah, because
DC as
Colleen know
well.
where I live. So
Yeah, we were in Toronto last year in December, and my wife was just there. My wife was
oh,
just
Oh,
there.
you need to come for
Yeah,
the carnival
yeah. So
season
next time,
from July.
yeah, next time we
Yes,
come, we'll let you know for sure. Next
yes,
time we come in, we'll let you
definitely.
know for sure.
yes.
And I'm not gonna. I promise I'm not bringing an apron. I'll behave myself.
So you go and find
Oh,
yourself in Toronto too?
How you mean? I know where Carly living. That's my friend. A plane ain't nothing to get on.
no, it's an hour flight.
It's an
Hour.
hour flight. It ain't
Yes.
far. But sure, we really enjoyed chatting with you tonight.
Yes.
I hope you don't mind coming back on. And we just want to let you know if there's
Sure.
anything you want to feature, if you want to talk about even building a business with food, like how to get lines of credit, we'll be more than happy to have you back with us. We had a really, really good time with you tonight.
We do
Yeah,
appreciate
for
that.
sure. But next time, here we doing. Next
Okay.
time we'll pick a time and day when we in the kitchen
Oh,
cooking, so
yes.
y'all could, be in the kitchen with us.
That's
You
amazing. Oh,
tell us,
God. Look,
Yeah,
we
look,
there.
she
You
got
let us
excited,
know and
y'all.
we will organize.
for
All
sure.
right?
For sure. For
All right,
sure. For
well,
sure.
Thank
have
you,
a good
Sean.
night, Sean. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your
We
time.
appreciate it. Thank
Thank you all
you.
so much.
Good
Bye.
night.
All right,
Thank
good
you.
night. Bye.